Hello, dear friends. One who sees himself as connected to all others cannot be cruel to anyone. Those who see all creatures within themselves and themselves in all creatures know no fear. Opinion piece. Future world system. Speech freedom. Rejection of elite control. Green hydrogen is the future. Decentralisation and freedom. Social transformation through consensus. Self-management, cooperation and solidarity. Let's start. Once the announcements are made, the structure of a new world system based on self-management, cooperation and solidarity economy could be presented. This system, supported by the coalition of worlds, aims to achieve decentralization and national sovereignty while promoting universal freedom and rejecting elite control, according to Michael Dargaville. In his view, friendly visitors, composed of 60% human beings from other star nations, are surrounding this planet and demanding a just world government based on peace, love, freedom or speech freedom, and national sovereignty. All countries, governments, languages, cultures, ideologies, and national sovereignty will be respected. The concept of sovereignty is fundamental. National sovereignty and respect for the rights of each sovereign nation are crucial for the formation of a new government. In fact, the concept of freedom will be the core of the new world government, which will be built on the foundation of nations retaining their own sovereignty. Decentralization will be crucial to maintaining the strongest possible local power base, and this is the essence of true democracy. Decentralization and freedom. In essence, things won't change much. All countries and governments would remain as they are, but improved, and representatives from each country would travel to the capital of the world government. Therefore, having countries and sovereignty is vital for this. Principles. A new government will be based on love, freedom, and solidarity. That is, large-scale housing alternatives, alternative medicine, agricultural land, speech freedom, and freedom of movement. Essentially, it will be a holistic or holographic society where individual sovereignty is fully respected and where the dark cabal does not control governments and non-governmental institutions worldwide. National sovereignty will be used to maintain the infrastructure, but sooner or later the protocols of a world government will affect all regions of the world and bring about global change. In essence, each government will retain its own laws and system and then, over time, make progress toward global unity. The world today needs a new spirit, one distorted by political parties, which are the voice of the elite. The coalition of worlds stated that the national borders will dissolve over time, but that sovereignty is fundamental at this stage and will be maintained until all the peoples of the world work together in full cooperation. Then this planet will become a world of happiness, love and joy. Space travel. Funding for interstellar space research will be encouraged. The visitors have said they will help us travel to other systems to meet our star family. Therefore, the future is limitless. The world government will be based essentially on truth, freedom, democracy, and liberation from poverty, and will adopt a strict regime of respect for human rights in all their forms. The world government would be easy to initiate because all the countries are already here. They have already been formed. In fact, the notion of countries and national sovereignty is essential to the structure of a government and the structure and formation of democracy. A planetary government will be built upon a commonwealth of nations and countries. This means that countries could criticize other countries, individuals could criticize other countries, and people would have true freedom. The new world will be the center of negotiations with the visitor from the stars, who now surround this planet and offer us love and guidance. It will be a beacon of light, love, equality, freedom, truth, justice, and dignity, and of many new technologies that will benefit humanity. Each country in the world will preserve and honor its own language, history, judicial and educational systems, as well as its own principles of freedom. In fact, it is essential for the formation of a new government that each country maintain its unique individual structure, and in time, the whole world will unite as each country embraces the ideals of the new world. Technology. Benevolent visitors see countries as different warring tribes and desire a united world where everyone lives a full and honorable life. The Coalition of Worlds has a great deal of technology to give to this planet. They have said that they would not do so until at least the provisional world government is formed. One example of this technology is a rejuvenation machine they have on their spaceships, which has the potential to rejuvenate a human being for 1,000 years. The machine can rejuvenate a human body every 7 years. We will have on our hands on these machines once a world government is formed. The use of green hydrogen worldwide will change the very structure of the planet. It means that no car, truck, plane or engine will have to run on fossil fuels. This is a revolution, and it is ready to go. Hydrogen is easy to produce, completely renewable, and will be a decentralized industry. The Coalition of Worlds wants to see the use of green hydrogen technology and hydrogen engines everywhere. The use of hydrogen engines will change the world, as there will be no need for fossil fuels, nuclear power plants, coal, gas, or any other fuel. Furthermore, green hydrogen will power plants. Furthermore, the hydrogen engine is completely clean. Context. The government of India was nominated by the Coalition of Worlds as the first government in the world to officially tell the whole extraterrestrial truth, although in reality every government, individual and sovereign body has the right to say anything at any time. The Disclosure Project, led by Dr. Stephen Greer, describes the agreement with visitors from the grey visitors from the stars in a secret 50-year pact, but the Coalition of Worlds has declared that this did not benefit the planet and has expelled the Greys. Recently, the Pentagon announced that it has spacecraft and pilots from visiting stars. Visitors from the stars, I mean. Many people also know that the reptoids have used mind-controlled psychotronic weapons from a gigantic lunar base for centuries, causing all the wars and controlling our planet. This base on the moon was destroyed in the year 2000, which used it in a new era. Reptilians can transform into human beings, but they cannot change the pupils of their eyes. So, if you end up with someone with a star in their eyes, be careful. At universities, scientists and philosophers have proposed a new physical theory, the physics of consciousness, which states that the mind creates matter. This is how the Coalition of Worlds powers interstellar travel. Both energy and super energy are produced by the mind. Origin. Many people also now know that the humans of this planet are related to the humans of the Coalition of Worlds, who are our ancestors from other star nations. The Coalition of Worlds was formed about 5 million years ago, when the galactic human civilizations formed a pact. Initially, humans were formed about 7 million years ago in the Vega star system, where they were developed by powerful divine forces from primates to a high level of consciousness, and then established colonies throughout the galaxy. They have fought against the reptilians for millions of years. Thus, this planet is returning to its former pristine glory, but the truth must be told. It is essential that nations and countries be used as building blocks for democracy, infrastructure, and other means of constructing this new system in the building of this new world. The visitors from the stars want current relations to realize that they have been used by negative forces and to readjust their philosophy and spirituality. Under a new government, the spiritual hierarchy, which is the true government of this planet, would have representatives. It is said that the returned planetary Christ will be revealed once a new world government has been formed. If our planet doesn't join the coalition of worlds, Earth will be destroyed by regressive beings, and we cannot join the coalition of worlds until a world government exists. Governments are putting their lives at risk by not making official announcements about first contact and joining the coalition of worlds. Holistic society. A holistic society, also called a holographic society, is defined as an integrated social model where each individual and group reflects the whole, similar to a hologram in which each part contains the complete information of the whole. This approach emphasizes total interdependence, harmonious balance, and collective evolution, inspired by holistic principles that view social systems as a superorganism greater than the sums of its parts. Holistic society differs from current political systems by prioritizing total interconnection and voluntary consensus over hierarchies and formal representations. The holistic model views each human being as a microcosm of the whole, fostering shared responsibility without state coercion. In contrast, modern systems generate fragmentation and inequality. It is described as a decentralized political system adopted by ancient races of star visitors after the Orion Wars, with voluntary non-hierarchical local councils expanded through the coalition of worlds. Preceding these are ancient traditions such as Plato's allegory of the cave, the Hindu concept of Maya as cosmic illusion, and Gnosticism, which reveals the illusory reality created by a false demiurge and lays the groundwork for non-fragmented societies. The concept comes from the Greek word holos, meaning whole, and analyzes realities in their entirety rather than isolated fragments. It is presented as a structure without a rigid hierarchy, with voluntary local councils and open participation to resolve community problems. Each human being contributes to the overall well-being, like a self-prioritizing, harmonious relationships between human beings, nature, and the cosmos, fostering holistic physical, emotional, and spiritual development. Decisions arise from local consensus, avoiding centralized power. In holism, there are no centralized governments or political parties. Decisions emerge from open local councils, where volunteer experts resolve problems by consensus, reflecting the whole in each part, like a hologram. Current systems depend on elected or imposed elites who centralize power, fostering bureaucracy and vertical control. Traditions. Ancient traditions describe holistic societies as interconnected communities where the individual reflects the cosmic whole, guided by spiritual wisdom and universal harmony, unlike modern hierarchical structures. In ancient Gaul and Britain, the Druids formed a holistic society. Priests, judges, and sages viewed nature as a living, interdependent organism, using shamanic rituals to balance the community, spirits, and cosmos through oral consensus and natural cycles. In ancient Greece, this initiatory tradition fostered a visionary society of collective spiritual rebirth, with the Eleusinian mysteries symbolizing the unity of the individual soul with the divine whole, promoting social cohesion beyond class distinctions. In Siberian and American shamanism, The spirit worlds mediated in holistic tribal societies, where each member embodied spiritual balance through visions induced by drums or plants that restored group harmony. Examples: the Arcturians play a pioneering and collaborative role in holographic society, being one of the first races to adopt this decentralized system, along with the Andromedans after the Orion Wars. They are close allies of the Andromedans, applying the holistic structure in its various forms, with volunteer local councils that reflect the whole in each path through telepathic consensus and shared expertise. They act as healers of higher consciousness, using holographic energy to heal traumas and raise the collective frequency. The holistic society of Andromeda is characterized by a decentralized structure without government or hierarchies, where each individual reflects the whole like a perfect hologram. It functions through volunteer local councils open to all, where experts in specific areas contribute their expertise based on affinity and consensus. Without permanent leaders or elections, decisions emerge from collective interdependence, prioritizing cosmic harmony and spiritual evolution. Eco-villages. Holistic societies on Earth manifest primarily in eco-villages and communities that prioritize the interconnection between human beings, nature, and integral development, emulating holographic principles of wholeness in every part. Los Portales in Seville has practiced organic agriculture and clean energy since 1984. Arterra Bicimodo in Navarre, Spain, was founded in 2014, focusing on permaculture, holistic education, and social transformation through community consensus. Tamera in Portugal promotes peace and harmonious living through regenerative practices. Damanhur in Italy cultivates Mediterranean spirituality and self-sufficiency. Torri Superiori in Italy features shared gardens and sustainable architecture. Findhorn in Scotland integrates spirituality and the circular economy in a pioneering model. Las Gaviotas in Colombia offers community solutions and reforestation. In Costa Rica, Ecovilla San Mateo regenerates land, community, and individuals through reforestation, shared gardens, and local connections. Twin Oaks in Virginia, USA, operates with eco-friendly practices, cooperative economy, and income sharing since 1967. Indigenous peoples like the Masoki in Alabama practice holistic grazing management to restore their ancestral ecosystems. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.